He's placed second at the Tokyo Olympic Games, has won the Rotterdam Marathon, and has for many years been the training partner of Eliud Kipchoge. With a marathon time of 2:04:56, a half marathon time of 60:24, Abdi Nageeye is an absolute weapon. We join Abdi today as he prepares for the NN Hague Half Marathon, as well as the Rotterdam Marathon, where we can only assume he'll go once again for the win.
We will 5K warm up.
Yeah.
With strat will be 5K. 5K pull down. That's already in 20K tempo. 4K recovery. That's 34. For Monday, that's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, tell me a little bit more about today's workout and the build-up leading up to it.
So this workout was totally not in the program. The plan was last Friday to do track session and Saturday 35K moderate longer. But I got some stomach problem, so we postponed the track. Then I was like, yeah, my long runs are so good. I need, maybe I can do Sunday, something like tempo, or maybe between them. So, well, what about 4 times 5 kilometers? So I still will do some of track speed, and also it's long. It's 20K total. But Sunday I was still not feeling well again. I was feeling okay, but not 100%. I was like,
Yeah.
training so good, I don't take any chance. Take another day. So yesterday I did 20K easy, and here we are, Monday, tempo.
Nice.
Too windy, crazy. The next days, the next coming days, I will be confused. The days, because I never do. Normally I do Monday easy, like even I take morning off and afternoon 12K or something like that. So my days will be confused the next coming days.
Okay.
Huh?
Are you going to adjust? You're going to adjust the rest of the week according to this day?
Yeah. We changed almost everything except the 40K for Sunday. That will stay. So because I'm doing this tempo and then Sunday is the 40K, I have to think what shall I do between them. So we already know Wednesday we'll do something, and then Friday something, and then 40K. We can't miss two weeks in a row long run. So
I think a lot of people think that maybe you have to stick, if you've got your training program, you have to stick to it no matter what, no matter how you're feeling.
no way. And even because when you change one, it's like what we call chain reaction. So that's why I said, okay, it's really from this Friday, not even until the other Friday, but the other Sunday. That means 9 days to be disturbed. So I have to change all that.
So
I was like, the 40K will stay there. Sun is changing. So how can I come and work towards that 40K again?
Yeah.
So we will have my normal, because I wrote all my program at the Rotterdam. I've written.
Okay.
So,
This time you were a little bit sick. It was like a stomach bug, eh?
yeah. Big diary.
Would you adjust your program accordingly if you were just feeling like you were overtraining or undertraining?
Oh, yeah. I will take even 1 week long. I will do it the same, like for 1 week long. So today very windy, yeah. That means focus. Windy, not like that. Windy, but we will push through it. Yes.
Do you have a set pace that you're going to try to do each flat? Or you're going to see how the wind goes?
How the wind goes.
So you're going to pace him in the races as well?
That's the plan.
That's the plan?
That's the plan. We have to do the exam now. Come.
Exam. Do the exam. Half marathon is the next thing on your race calendar. Is there any goal for the half marathon?
Now, a national record.
National record?
Yeah, just sub 60. I ran sub 60 in Great Run, but that's not official.
So it was a huge honor for us to join Abdi Nageeye in one of his key workouts as he's preparing for a half marathon and also a marathon, but the workout more specifically here is targeting the half marathon in Kenya where he's normally set up. Angus, glad you could make it to the workout. This is not the first time we've had Abdi on the channel, so great to see a return runner, that people are somewhat familiar with on the channel. But what was it like setting the video up with Abdi before we talk about the actual workout itself?
Abdi and I both share a hatred for Mooiben Road. So it's actually super ironic that we managed to film a workout of him there. Most athletes living and training in E10, especially the people coming from overseas, will do a workout on Mooiben Road once a week, sometimes even twice a week if you're Matt Fox. But Abdi doesn't. He prefers to do a lot of his long runs up in Kaptagat on the dirt roads there. He does a lot of his fartleks on dirt roads around E10. Very seldom would he ever come down to Mooiburn Road. The reason he was at Mooiburn Road for this session was that this session is a combination of both distance and speed. It's sort of it's a tempo session, and he actually did need to do it on tarmac, and so Mooiburn Road for this works. But it was very interesting at the beginning of the session to have him explain where he does his different types of workouts. So for him, track is where he does his speed, Kaptagat is where he does his long runs, and dirt roads around E10 is where he does his fartleks. And I found that really cool.
If I've learned anything from filming all these athletes around the world, it's that most of them train to a specific effort. They don't necessarily train too much to a specific data metric like heart rate or pace or anything like that. Sometimes they might. But this whole idea we've really embraced at the Sweat Elite Coaching Academy. And we try to make sure all the athletes that we train at the Sweat Elite Coaching Academy are running to a specific effort and not necessarily chasing any external data metric. And if you're interested in learning more, you can join us over at Sweat Elite Coaching Academy.
That wind is crazy.
Crazy. We still managed.
Yeah?
I think 15, 12.
That's exactly what you were going for.
And I'm ready, even coming back, we will have problem. Because it's coming from the side.
No, that wind was crazy. Crazy.
So, when the wind is from this way, I will come a little bit like here. So it will break me from here. The wind. Okay. So when I come, don't push, I mean, I'm hiding from the wind. Okay. It's coming from side. I understand. Okay. When you are pacing, you have to check where I am. So when we are in the race, you just don't go. You check where I am. It's not only just you rush because you are nervous. No. You check me if I draw. You can come back to me in the race and then take me again. It's from front, I will stay behind you. It's from this way, I will go this way. It's from this way, I will go that way. You are 49 kilo. You will help me a little. This one we need 1505, something like
4 by 5K around marathon effort. Huge workout for Abdi. Not an unusual one for pros to do, pretty common one. But I think this workout is very clearly indicative that Abdi is preparing for a marathon. It's very specific to a marathon because you're training at the first lactate threshold point, LT1, which is basically the first point at which your lactic production is getting high enough to begin accumulating in an upwards trajectory. And that's the same effort or same position in the standpoint of physiology that you would race a marathon at. So I think it's really important for a marathon specific training program, but I think it's also useful for a half marathon to really build that sort of endurance and the aerobic power, aerobic capacity to prepare for a half. I wouldn't say anyone preparing for a 5 or a 10, it would be overly useful for them. I think they'd probably be better off doing some work closer to their race pace or even the threshold. The LT1 stuff, which is what this effort is that Abdi is running at, is very specific to marathon, and it also overlaps a little bit with a half. Some might argue that it overlaps a little bit with 10, but after that, it's not useful, I don't think, down to 5K and 3K.
on that hill. I managed to reach 1503. Next one, 15 flat.
15 flat. I have a question about your about what you're drinking.
Often. Yeah, I try to learn now. Because it is like marathon pace to drink often, to learn.
Yes. I noticed both times you've taken a drink at the 4th kilometer out of the 5.
Yeah, so
Sort
it's
of where you'd be
hard.
hurting the most. So you're trying to drink at the hardest part of the rep in order to simulate marathon.
Not
Wait.
necessarily. Just the 4th K is the hardest, I think. 1K to go.
Yeah.
You breathe is high, heart rate is high. So to stay cool and try to drink.
Okay. So it's also because it's just when your body feels like it needs the drink the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a very, very interesting workout to watch. His splits, I think, ended up being it was very close to what he predicted them being at the beginning of the workout. He knows Mooiburn Road well enough that he knows which reps were going to be uphill, which reps were going to be downhill. He had his pacer there in the morning, and he was able to communicate with his pacers which reps he wanted which pace at. Abdi sort of adjusted each one of his splits to what the terrain would dictate his effort be. So he knew that a certain split would be downhill, he made that one quicker. He knew that one would be coming back into a headwind, super windy morning out there. He made that one a little bit slower.
I think that speaks perfectly, though, to the whole idea of train to effort. And I think this is a really great time to talk about how train to effort is really crucial when you're dealing with these sorts of environments, where it's brilliant that he's actually not setting specific paces, but he's probably thinking about an overall idea of the pace. So to be clear, 15 minutes for a 5K is right around 3 minutes per K, which is 450 per mile, which is 2:07 marathon pace. And it seems like here he's probably thinking to himself, well, my marathon PB is 2:04. I want to go 2:04 low or 2:03 high. Adjusted to altitude is probably 2:07, 2:08, something like that, or maybe 2:06 high for someone like him. And he's probably trying to run around about that effort. And so if he's hovering around the 15-minute mark, around the 3-minute K mark, around the 450 per mile mark, he's on the money. But it doesn't actually really matter that much if he's 14:49 or 15:10 or 15:15, because those fluctuations are going to happen as a result of the terrain. So if you look at the splits and think, wow, that's a little bit uneven, well, you also have to look at the terrain. And I think it's important to understand that. And I think it's a good lesson for anyone here listening to understand that when they're actually trying to train and hit paces, it's really important to factor in not only terrain, but also how you feel, also your sleep, also your stress, also the weather. But I think these points are really important to understand when you're analysing training.
Are we going to run?
Yeah.
You went like 250 meters too far?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
He made it clear in his intro that he wants to try and run under his national record in this race of 60:24. And the bigger goal is to run under 60 minutes. For someone that's run 2:04 for a marathon, he absolutely should be able to run probably closer to sub 59, I think, maybe even 58 high. But I think if he's in similar shape to when he ran 2:04, by the way, when he ran 2:04, he had a very fast finish. He was racing to win the Rotterdam Marathon. I think he definitely is capable of running well under 60 minutes. I would pick him to maybe be able to run under 59 minutes, but it doesn't sound like he's probably going to go for that. So, I don't know, I think he probably runs somewhere in the mid-59s or maybe in the sort of 59:20 to 59:40 mark would be my guess for this race. But I do think that looking at his marathon time, he has the capability of running even faster than that.
Yeah, you can tell that he knows exactly what he's doing. I mean, there were small things in the workout that were pretty class. Every rep on kilometer 4, he would take over from his pacer. So at the hardest part of the rep, he'd have his pacer right up until the 4th kilometer, and then overtake and eat the wind himself and really like get in the pain cave on his own, which I thought was quite an interesting thing to see. Overall, how did that feel, Abdi?
Really good, really good.
Yeah?
Yeah. There's always excitement when you postpone your training because of illness or whatever. So you want to come back smoothly. So my goal was no setback. When I do the training, I want to feel okay. We can move on from there. And not like, oh, I went too early or it was too hard or bad feeling.
Yeah.
I want a good feeling. And we are back. That was the goal, man. I think it's okay.
Earlier we spoke a lot about listening to your body while you're training and making sure that you're listening to what it's saying.
Yeah, you have to know your body. So don't think you need to do anything.
And so now the rest of the week, what have you got on? Tomorrow, easy?
Very exciting week because I have to do 4 workouts in the week. But the first 2 workouts will be a little bit moderate, and then the 40K will be hard.
The 40 kilometer you'll do in Kaptagad.
Yeah.
Nice. we were speaking a lot at the beginning about you do a lot of your long runs in Cup to Gut, and even your fartleks you like to do on dirt roads that are quite hilly and not necessarily a flat, perfect condition where you can run to a set pace. How do you determine what is a hard workout when you're doing those fartleks, when you're doing those long runs?
Yeah, you know when you are going uphill how hard you can push. Like today, the last couple of meters, 100 meters were uphill, and then you can feel you have like, can I produce some power in my legs? You can feel that. So that's the good thing about fartlek. When you do fartlek, if you can go hard downhill, uphill, flat, you are playing with it. You see like uphills coming, okay, go down faster, climb harder, flat. You know, make the average good when it's flat. So you play with it, so it's good. If you need speed work, you have track for that.
Yeah.
So there is no need to come every day, every long run to Moiben for your long runs, and you need to do hard train. And when you do the track session, because it's fast and flat, you'll generate speed from there. Stuff from the fartlek, you create stamina and all this thing. So all of them, they are helping each other. People who can run very, very, very fast here at Moiben, if I take them to Kaptagat, they will die.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
And I used to struggle in Kaptagat. Ladies used to beat me there. And I'm still going there when I'm in Kaptagat, like zone 3. I'm not going to zone 4. So I do my load in zone 3 and it's fast.
Okay.
325, 323 average. While I'm not going to even zone 4.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for having me at the session today.
Welcome.
Good luck with everything.
Thank you, thank you.
We'll catch you soon.
See you soon.